Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. We're just going to wait for some more people to hop on, and we'll get started soon. We're going to wait like a minute or two more for some more people to hop on, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to make sure I'm recording for anyone who couldn't join. All right, so thank you everyone so much for joining us today. We know you are really busy, so we're going to try to make this as quick as possible while also giving you the most amount of information possible. But today we're talking about 7 ways automations can solve your school's top problems. So today I will be one of your panelists. I am Sydney. I'm the product marketing manager here. I will just be in the background looking at you guys' questions or any chats, but the real star of the show will be Madison. She is the hostess with the mostest. She is an account executive here, but she also has a lot of experience in career education and used to be a customer success manager here. So she really knows what you guys are, your pain points are, what you're struggling with, and how automation can help. So I'm going to hand it on over to her because you're in great hands.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the introduction. Those are some big titles that you're throwing out on me. Well, thanks everyone for joining on in today. As Sydney said, my name is Madison. I am an account executive here at Cortex. And today we're going to be talking about the different automations that Cortex can provide to your organization to help solve some of your common problems. So before we get into the problems, I do want to talk a little bit about what exactly is Cortex. So Cortex is a business intelligence tool that sits on top of all the systems that you use every day. So we work by integrating into your SIS, your LMS, and your CRM systems to help visualize and automatically create dashboards, and that will help you to predict and anticipate which students are most likely to churn and or be receptive to, say, various intervention strategies. And with all of this information, we are better able to intervene and set up the triggers and actions for anything that really happens throughout the entire student journey. So with that, I do want to really talk about how these Cortex automations can help solve some of the problem or some of the common issues that your institutions might be experiencing every day. So really looking at one of the more common problems, which is problem statement number 1, is oftentimes institutions, staff members are spending hours every single day reaching out to students. So whether that's the academic teams, reaching out to students that are at risk, or the career services department reaching out to students, trying to get them engaged and prepared for externship. Manual contact methods are just, it's difficult to manage with especially higher student populations. So the way that automations can help with these manual contact methods is, of course, automating communications that are being sent to students based on triggers throughout the entire student journey. So in this example, if say that a student doesn't show up to class for a day, we can have the system automatically send them a text message or a notification basically saying, hey, we noticed you weren't in class today. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. So that's just one way that the automations can help, say, instructors, if they have multiple students that are absent for the day, it's making sure that they're being communicated at the appropriate time when, say, the instructor doesn't have the time to at the very end of class that day. So problem statement number 2, checking if future students showed up day 1 is difficult. This is especially true for admissions reps if you have a large start for the day. It could be difficult if you have maybe 15, 20 students that are all in different classes and you're having to jump from class to class to make sure that the student is there. On top of all the other things that you have to do to confirm that your student has started, it gets chaotic on a start day. So the way that automations can help with that is we can send an automation or an automatic message to, say, your admissions reps or your campus director or your director of admissions, letting them know that John Doe did not check in on his first day of class and that someone needs to go and intervene to make sure that he's not having any issues or that he will be there that day. So problem statement number 3, students aren't being engaged with enough. And this could be either positive engagements, this could be, at-risk engagements. Maybe you'll notice this when you have higher student to instructor ratios, and sometimes it could be difficult to make sure that you're being actively engaging with the students for whatever reason. So the way that we can help support that with automations is we can set up automations for when a student is doing well. Hey, Sydney, I noticed you have had perfect attendance for the last 2 weeks. Keep up the good work. Or we can do even an at-risk automation saying, hey, Sydney, I noticed your attendance has dropped 5 points. Let us know what we can do to better support you to make sure that we can get that up before the end of the mod. And really anything in between. So that could be automations for reminders of upcoming deadlines. That could be automated alerts for events and announcements. And so in this example, we're sending out a reminder to students that, hey, on October 25th, don't forget to bring your resume and dress in business attire. We are having a job fair at the school. So just as a reminder, because we want to see you there. So problem statement number 4, high turnover is lowering student engagement and students are slipping through the cracks. Now, this is not an ideal scenario for any institution, but unfortunately, it happens from time to time where you might have, say, an instructor leave in the same week that a registrar leaves, and it's sometimes difficult to make sure that you are managing all the day-to-day tasks and making sure that you're keeping pulse on each of the students during that time of absence. So the way that automations can help with that is by having that consistent communication and outreach automated. So you are confident that these students that need to be communicated with are being communicated at the most important moment. So in this example, if we have a student that, say, misses 3 days of class, we can have a text message that will be sent to these students saying, hey, we've noticed that you've missed the last 3 class sessions. Please reach out, let us know if anything is going on. We are here to support you. And it lets the student know that the organization is noticing their absence, and it keeps them motivated to keep coming back. So problem statement number 5, it is difficult to keep staff updated on at-risk students. So this might be common for maybe larger organizations, or specifically organizations where the academics team is maybe only meeting once a week to talk about any at-risk students and changes to LDAs and drops and LOAs and all of that stuff. So being that you're only meeting once a week, a lot can happen in that 1 week period. So the way that we can help to keep staff updated on at-risk students is by automating notifications specifically sent to staff members to let them know that students are at risk. or that they are becoming at risk, and it allows you to catch them before they've completely checked out. So in this example, say that a student has an LAR of 5 days, you can have an email notification sent out to the appropriate members of, say, your academics team, letting them know that, hey, John Doe has not been in class for the last 5 days. Someone needs to reach out to him. So that's just one of many automations that we can help to keep pulse on those at-risk students. Problem statement number 6, and I have much personal experience with this one. So this is tracking students down to get placement data is stressful. So I used to be an assistant director of career services. I know that sometimes when it comes to graduation, once they've completed their externship, sometimes students just go MIA, or sometimes you have multiple externs finishing up all within the same week, and it could be a little bit stressful trying to keep pulse on each of them and what their last day was. So the way that automations can help keep pulse on those externs or on your students that are coming into graduation is we can send automated alerts to those students, either requesting for an employment survey after they graduated, or you can send them an automated alert saying, hey, congratulations on completing your program. Please schedule a time with career services so we can coordinate your exit interview and prepare you for placement and wrap up sort of the final means for graduation. So this could be a text message asking them for the exit interview, or it could be a text message specifically for placement surveys. So fill out this survey, John. Let us know what your plans are for after graduation. And now problem statement number 7. I'm the only person doing my job, so I don't feel comfortable taking a vacation. So this could be attributed to like one of our other problem statements where there's a lot of turnover. Sometimes faculty members have to take on the work of others in the absence of others. So it could be a lot trying to manage your work and deal with a vacation that maybe you planned a year in advance. So the way that automations can help with your workload and making you feel comfortable taking that vacation is we can automate those communications to students and staff so you can breathe easy knowing that this part of your job has been taken care of. So in this example, if you're an admissions rep and you had planned this amazing vacation to Hawaii a year in advance, but it happens to fall on one of your start dates, you can have a list of all those future starts that are starting within the next 24 hours sent out to the appropriate people so they can take the appropriate actions during your absence. So you can know that all of your work that needs to be taken care of is being sent to the appropriate people. So of course, those are just a few of the problems that we can solve, the one of many, but really just to kind of sum it all up, our automations are for every part of the student journey, anywhere from enrollment all the way through placement. And these aren't just communications being sent to students, but these are custom and unique notifications that can be sent to students and staff members using the important information within your system, such as your LAR, your low grades, your missed attendance, graduation dates, etc. So one thing that's nice about these automations too is it's not just a one-way automation that gets sent to the student and you hope that they receive it. You can actually see the engagements on these automations. So you're able to see that if a student had opened an email notification, you can also see if they clicked on a notification or if they have not engaged with the intervention strategies at all, which is super, super important. So ultimately, with our automations, it helps to keep your students engaged, helps keep your staff informed and happier by lightening some of their workload. It improves your retention rate and really it allows you to intervene with those students ultimately before it's too late. So now I would like to open it up for Q&A. If anybody has any questions, feel free to utilize the Q&A section in Zoom and we will be happy to answer anything. Oh, Sydney, I think you're muted.
I sure am.
Yeah.
And while you guys are entering any questions that you have. Oh, we got a few, yay. I want to let you guys know about Connect. I know you guys have probably heard a lot about it, but just wanting to let you guys know that registration is open until September 1st, but unfortunately, the hotel block is closed, but maybe we can pull some strings if you reach out. But yes, the registration is closing on September 1st. If you haven't heard about it, it's going to be a lot of thought leadership, a lot of people from the industry, a great place to network, a great place to find new ideas. So scan that QR code and sign up. But yeah, now we're going to answer some questions. Okay, so the first question that we got, I'm going to go back to the little question screen. No, there we go. Is this an update or is this a separate cost program? Madison, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be a separate program for your institution. So if you're interested, feel free to send me an email. I'll be sending up follow-up emails after this as well. So if you have any, questions about the cost and if you're eligible, then we're more than likely to, dig into that a little bit further.
And the other question we got was, can the students message back?
So at this time, no, students are not able to message back, but this is the V1. So I believe there was can't say anything about like future enhancements, but that is something that we've discussed.
And I think one of the suggestions for kind of what we do in interim is that you can always include, hey, call this number, or hey, like click this link if you want to take them to like take a survey or something like that. You could always direct them to, how to engage and how to get in contact with you. Any other questions before we hop off? No, okay, I'm not seeing any, but thank you guys so much. Thank you, Madison, for being the greatest host. And if you guys have any questions afterwards, please feel free to reach out to either Madison at CourseKey.com or Sydney at CourseKey.com, but Madison will probably be your girl. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, everyone.